Stanley, Scuba, Sailing, and Adventures. Scuba diving, Islamorada, Florida. Dive site, Rocky Top. This was dive 1 on my second afternoon of diving here in Islamorada in the Florida Keys. This dive started just a couple minutes before 1 o'clock in the afternoon and lasted about 48 minutes. A very shallow dive, I recorded a maximum depth of 23 feet and an average depth of 18 feet. The water temperature averaged a comfortable 86 degrees Fahrenheit. It was a great day for diving. There was plenty of sunlight and the ocean was perfectly flat. As I mentioned in the beginning of this dive series, I think it had been about 23 years since I'd last been diving in the Florida Keys. I have no idea why I waited so long, and I certainly won't make that mistake again. As usual, I'm diving alone, so I do random dive buddy on the day boats. You never know what you're going to get in these situations, but I was incredibly fortunate here in the Florida Keys for all of my dives to have some really great dive buddies and make some great new friends. I have to admit, I was lost at least twice on this dive. By lost, I mean I'd gotten pretty turned around and had no idea how to get back to the dive boat. Fortunately, as I mentioned, it was a very shallow dive, so pretty easy to pop up and take a look and see where the boat was. Let's keep that between us. This would end up being one of my favorite dives here in the Florida Keys, and that's probably because I got to see a couple turtles on this dive. Turtles are probably my favorite thing to see while diving. I enjoy sharks and fish and everything else, but for some reason I'm really drawn to the turtles. I had a fairly unique encounter or experience with a turtle once here in the Florida Keys diving off Key West, and that was about 23 years ago, but I'll still never forget it. Since then I've really always referred to the turtle as my spirit guide. However, that's another story for another day. If you see me sometime and you want to know, go ahead and ask. Now let's enjoy the dive, and I'll try and call out some of the fish for you. Okay, there are a lot of fish in there, but I'm wondering if they are lane snapper, smallmouth grunts, or tomtates. I believe they're tomtates. Tomtates belong to the grunt family and sometimes have a black spot on the tail. These apparently are the variation without that. They range in size from 5 to 8 inches, reaching a maximum of about 10 inches. And you can usually find them in depths of water ranging from 5 to 65 feet. If you've watched some of my other videos, you know that I really enjoy trying to school with the fish. This was a great ball of fish, and I was actually able to get inside for a few minutes and swim around with them. What a wonderful experience. Pretty sure I see some smallmouth grunts mixed in with these. The smallmouth have the yellow tail. You can see a couple of them mixed in there. The stripes are a little more brilliant. After schooling around with the fish for a bit, I came out the other side and found my dive buddy. Shortly after, I caught a sea turtle heading for the top to get a breath of air out of the corner of my eye. They typically don't stay on the surface very long and usually come almost straight back down. So I decided to keep an eye on him for a few minutes and see if I could be close to him when he came back down. I believe this is a green sea turtle. Green sea turtles can reach a length of 3 to 4 feet and weigh as much as 300 to 350 pounds. It's believed that they live about 70 years. I love watching them swim. They're very graceful. This turtle was over a sandy patch when it came down, so there really wasn't a lot for it to immediately get into. There was some patch reef here and there, but a lot of space between. I guess it didn't see anything to immediately get into, to eat or otherwise, so it started to cruise out over the sand. They actually moved very quickly with very little effort, and I was trying to keep up, but at the same time not follow too closely. I had a feeling this turtle wasn't going to stop anywhere over the sand. I followed for a little while, and when it looked like I wasn't going to be able to get any closer, I decided to break off. So long, Mr. Turtle. This looks like some sort of parrotfish, but not exactly sure what kind. If you know, let me know. That looks like an angelfish in front of me, and a stoplight parrotfish just in front of it. We can tell that's a stoplight parrotfish and not just a reef parrotfish by that yellow spot at the upper corner of the gill cover. Here we have a gray angelfish, and we can tell that's a gray angelfish by the yellow inner face of the pectoral fin. They range in size from 10 to 18 inches, reaching a maximum of 2 feet, and are found in depths of water from 10 to 80 feet. I don't think I've ever seen a 2-foot angelfish. That red-bellied fish is a stoplight parrotfish in the initial phase. Here we have some grunts. I believe some blue striped grunts mixed in there. Another school including some grunts, and here's a hogfish. I'm guessing this hogfish is somewhere between the juvenile and initial phase, just based on the coloring. Hogfish range in size from 1 to 2 feet, reaching a maximum of 3 feet, and they can usually be found at depths of water ranging from 10 to 100 feet. As I get closer and look at the color, I'd say this hogfish is definitely closer to the juvenile phase. Here we have some healthy looking coral. That's always nice to see. At this point, it was time to figure out where the boat was and start heading that direction. After we got a bearing on the boat, I was looking down with my GoPro turned off and messing with it. And as I glanced up, I saw this massive turtle swimming right at me. I barely got the camera turned on and pointed up in time to get some footage of him. And I think he literally would have swam right into me. I had to quickly move to the side to get out of his way. My dive buddy's a few feet away from the turtle, and as my dive buddy comes into view, you really get an idea of the size of this turtle. Again, she's not even right next to the turtle, but you get an idea of the size. This is a massive loggerhead turtle. Loggerhead turtles range in size from about 2.5 to about 3.5 feet. They can weigh from about 150 to just over 400 pounds. Their lifespan is believed to be 70 to 80 years. What an incredible experience. Nearly being run over by my spirit guide. That was a first for me, and something I'm sure I'll never forget, no matter how long I live. Here's an odd-shaped swimmer, and they're literally classified as odd-shaped swimmers. I believe this is a scrawled cowfish. The scrawled cowfish range in size from 8 to 15 inches, reaching a maximum of about 18 inches, and are found in depths of water from 6 to 80 feet. Coincidentally or not, here's a scrawled filefish, not even part of the same family, but another scrawled fish. The scrawled filefish range in size from 1 to 2.5 feet, reaching a maximum of 3 feet, and they're usually found in depths of water from 20 to 60 feet. Look at the colors. Beautiful fish. How lucky am I, another odd-shaped swimmer. But is that a trunk fish or a cowfish? At first I was thinking honeycomb cowfish because those spots almost look honeycomb in shape. However, after looking closely at the face, I believe this is a smooth trunk fish. Probably not completely mature. Almost back to the boat, and here's another school of a little bit larger fish. I have to say again, this has been one of my most memorable dives. Great diving here at the Rocky Top dive site off of the Islamorada Key here in Florida. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.